Marvel Rivals is, wow, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot that they're even a thing at this point. But they're probably doing good on one hand, because let's be real, their closest opposition is Overwatch, and Overwatch decided to Minecraft themselves while being fully vindicated in the eyes of the public and driving 20 miles away from their home with a cable cord loaded shotgun to Minecraft themselves by hanging from a singular tree branch in the middle of nowhere and simultaneously blasting themselves in the chest while simultaneously the car disappearing and the weapon also disappearing, which was naturally instantaneously in one day ruled as just a normal self-deletion with nothing suspicious going on. Yeah, rumor has it, don't Google this, but that Overwatch was gonna become a Boeing whistleblower, and things happened from there, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, that was completely irrelevant.
Hey, what's up, guys? Riff here. So Marvel Rivals continues to do what it does best, and that is provide fun gameplay and appealing character designs to go with it. And that includes both appealing designs of male characters as well as female
I think I know where this is going.
characters. Now, recently, Marvel Rivals announced one of their upcoming heroes that'll be released on April 11th, and that is Emma Frost. And as you can see very shortly here,
I love Emma Frost. Okay, listen, boys. Everyone should have their list of spank bank Marvel characters. And for me, Emma Frost, Polaris, Scarlet Witch, Psylocke slash Jean Grey. Usually in the form of a Dark Phoenix or whatever. Doesn't matter! In any case, it's there. And Kitty's a close fifth, obviously. But Emma Frost, oh my lord, yes. I love her. I love her from the bottom of my heart for everything. She is amazing.
here there's a lot of hype surrounding this character, and I think the reasons are
Yes! Yes! Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Oh yeah, that's what I want to see, boys.
pretty obvious. A lot of people are very impressed with the design here, and it's not anything
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
too new for Marvel Rivals. You can see a more still image here. I think it goes without saying a lot of people are looking
God, I love it. Not gonna make me play the game, but I love Emma Frost. That's enough for me.
forward to getting this hero and some of the skins that'll go with it. And the excitement has definitely boiled over. Some people are really wilding out over this one. If you search up the name Emma Frost, you're going to find literally hundreds of pieces of artwork already, and people are very happy. But also, people are very angry.
Oh no, not the woke losers who don't like fun again striking.
They're accusing Marvel Rivals of many things, of sexism, of racism even, and they're going to the
Remember, if a woman is not ugly, that's sex.
ultimate crime, which is the worst word that Zoomers have ever discovered, and that is Gooner bait and things like that. But anyways, you see this reply right here saying, sorry, but I
it worked.
Find it way too explicit. It's not really appropriate for a video game. They're not even saying for Marvel Rivals.
Dude, when has anyone woke cared about kids?
They're saying for video games in general. And they continue, sure, this character is often dressed like this in the comics, but nowadays, very few kids read comics, whereas many of them play video games, especially when they're free. First of all, if we're talking about...
Oh god, this is another slight jab at the idea that Marvel Rivals is only successful because it's free and because it's a Marvel IP. Which is the dumbest thing ever.
Actual children here, they should not be playing Marvel Rivals in the first place. But this whole sentiment right here is very, well, depressing. But also true. Very few kids are reading comic books. And as that reality is faced, we shouldn't cater to it with video games. Like, why would you cater to people not reading the comics? And on top of that, a part of me doesn't blame them because anything recent with any sort of Marvel Comics is probably garbage anyways, but let's continue on with this as an example of one of the outfits she has worn. It is pretty much a one-to-one match
Damn
with what we're
right.
looking at with the hero in Marvel Rivals. And
Damn
let's see another
right.
version here. It lines up.
Also, I'm not gonna lie, the cuckoos are kind of underrated, not gonna lie, boys.
But people are not happy. You can see this user saying insane Gooner bait. People will say it's comic accurate. That's cool, but it doesn't change the statement. Well, yeah, I think it is important to be comic accurate because if this wasn't comic accurate, people would be very, very angry.
I'm pretty sure no one would give a fuck, honestly. I think being comic accurate means absolutely nothing typically nowadays.
Saying that Marvel Rivals is making a sexist outfit here and yada yada yada. But people overusing the term gooner is just exhausting. I remember years ago when if you called someone a gooner, it meant like they're in their house 24/7 with 10 monitors playing at the same time while they jay off their entire life. Like that was what it meant. Now
Isn't that what it still kind of means? I'm not sure. I don't follow this. I just kind of pretend I know Zoomer slang most of the time. It's easier.
it's just guy who plays Marvel Rivals or guy who has a healthy libido. That's what it's been reduced to by users like
Eh,
this. And of course, you have more users expressing their concern and getting thousands of supporters saying, okay, this is just getting weird now. The over sexualization of women in this game needs to stop. Ooh, we got a male feminist, but not just any male feminist here.
Is it? That's Oh wait, no. Actually, this is an interchangeable gender name, by the way. It can be male or female. Yes,
Male feminist
which is probably proof to some kind of feminist that this has actually been a part of humanity since I don't know the beginning of time.
who's
When human and dinosaur walked the world together, as we all know, biblically accurate, this was already a thing.
protecting female drawings. Yes, protecting thy lady in its fictional status.
Tips,
This is
Fedora.
just very, very sad that people are so afraid of a little skin in a video game. And of course, people raise the point here, people used to just see a bad bitch and go on about their day. Now we got to sit through 100 think pieces on why men should be sexualized equally. Now, I'm an equal opportunity person when it comes to
Yay.
fan service in games. If you want to sexualize female characters, that's cool. You should also be able to do the same for male
Yes, but men should have more clothes on them typically.
characters if that's your preference. It should be equal. If people want to enjoy appealing character designs, everyone should have their preference catered to, whether it's a male character or a female character. I think that is a thing people should be able to agree on. But of course, with Marvel Rivals, they have examples of heroes
Namur.
with very revealing outfits. In fact, I think there's more skin showing here than there is with Emma Frost and other female characters. But of
Technically, yes, and absolutely illegal.
course, our boy Nathan here, the previous user who was complaining about the over sexualization, would continue on and address that point I just made by saying, and can we stop this dumb comparison acting like these are similar? Both of these men have no cheeks out on display, so please be silent. So I guess the character's only being sexualized.
Also, this is okay. What are you gonna say about all the women who willingly in real life put their cheeks out, walk around places? What are you gonna say to them that they're being sexist or something? I don't know.
If their cheeks are out. Yeah, I don't know. He pulls up basically the two worst examples of male characters, and apparently those are not in any way comparable to what we see on the left. Makes no sense.
To be fair, listen, considering I'm not a feminist, okay? I don't think these are compatible because women should be judged by completely different standards in everything in life from men. And men should be judged by completely different standards from women. Because you see, I am not a feminist at all. I do not think that women and men are even remotely equal in anything. So, I mean, you can't compare this in any way, okay? These men being literally put in a Speedo and a G-string is not going to be even remotely close to this just existing. Not even close in my book.
What we see on the left makes no sense. But of course, we're talking about cheeks out. I mean, just like 2 seconds ago,
Yeah.
they released a twerking Venom. His cheeks are out. I don't see you complaining about that or comparing it to what you're complaining about. But anyways,
Hey, it's not gay unless you make it.
Legendary Drops makes a good point that I didn't think of. So he says in response, love seeing dudes saying we need to stop sexualizing female characters while girls celebrate the designs and cosplay them. Truly, we live in a world. And I think that's a very fair point to make. You will see within days.
Yeah, that's effectively the same thing I said about women in real life who go with their cheeks out because reasons.
Hundreds of women cosplaying as Emma Frost based on the Marvel Rivals design. So I don't really know where people get off kind of telling women what they can or can't do or what they should or shouldn't do, especially when they're basically giving this aura of a male feminist, which is so typical, right? The male feminist actually being a lot more regressive than they are progressive. But also, I saw this and it reminded me of the previous one. This person said, I don't think anyone will successfully pull off this cosplay.
Why?
That's bait.
I mean, yeah, that's probably bait to be real, but but in a real sense, someone's gonna pull it off better, and then they're gonna have off fans.
This guy's playing 4D chess, by the way. I see what this guy's doing. He's trying to get cosplayers to do that in the replies, to show it off. This guy knows exactly what he's doing, and I can say I respect the game. But let's go back to that previous user who is confronted because it's an account that is standing for Scarlet Witch, right? And someone says, well, one day Wanda's going to get put in the game eventually, right? And they're going to probably give her a very appealing design. And this is his response.
What?
Why the hell would I want to see Wanda over-sexualized? That makes me so uncomfortable. She deserves to be respected. And then this person says, why does sexy equal not respected? And they say, it doesn't. If it's what the person chooses for themselves, which a character obviously can. But it's when men specifically do it.
Yeah, I fucking knew it's gonna be this shitty argument. Oh, a character can't choose for the... Meaning it's not a real thing? So that means it's not a real thing, right? That means it's not a real thing, so you're not actually sexualizing a woman, you're just sexualizing nothing. So it's not a problem because it's not a real thing. That's your argument.
Just to fulfill their needs is when they start to no longer respect her as a character. Oh, God.
Yes.
We're talking about respecting fictional characters. We have to show respect to drawings. Are you kidding me? And this...
Okay. Sounds a little bit funny from a guy who has a VTuber avatar, but still. Point stands.
This is their argument. They're separating it from real women and fictional women. They're saying because fictional characters don't have autonomy that we have to respect them in this sort of manner. It's absolutely insane. Thy lady, thy fictional lady, I will respect thee. Like, this is some of the saddest energy I've seen in a minute. But also, we have some other comments similar saying, yeah, no, this is too much. This is a game where you kill enemies and stuff. I don't need to see this. If I did, I'd just play one of those poontang games that virgins play to help them jay off since they can't get a girlfriend, announcing my departure like an airport and uninstalling.
That's extremely explicit thinking description right there. Huh.
Respect. Okay, this person's self-aware. I have to give it to them. They're actually self-aware. I mean, they're implying these sorts of games are for them, but also they make their preferences clear. They don't want to see this stuff in the game, and they're leaving. And if I hadn't read this last sentence, you know what my next words out of my mouth would have been?
Hypocrite.
This isn't an airport. You don't have to announce your departure. And that's exactly what they address. So I guess kudos to this user for having some self-awareness. But let's continue on. Some people are not happy about these designs, as I've said. This person's saying this game is genuine ass. Yeah, it's a whole lot of ass, okay? I guess you don't like that. Here's another one saying, Gooner devs. they had many better options, but they always choose this type of skin. Yeah, they're
What do you mean many better options? Have you seen comics?
choosing what's going to make them a lot of money. Okay, and that includes the male designs. They want to give appealing designs so people will pay for skins. It's a business. And clearly, a lot of people like it. You're in the minority here. I don't know if this person is aware of that. But of course, people don't like the design, including this user saying, "She's ugly. I hate
Damn.
R words." Well, I think we all agree with this sentiment right here, but what does this have to do with this?
I mean, they could have made the head a little bit better. I mean, I don't know what the hell is happening here. But, I mean,
Design.
not ugly.
Am I missing some critical lore? Am I a true tourist here? Am I missing something? Very confusing. Here's another one saying, "Is she trans?"
That's where we're going to stop the video because okay, listen, it is what it is. Anyway, that was Rev Sevs Desu. Bye.